This is Engage New York, Module 3, Lesson 10. We are going to start with concept development. So, I have 3 problems, problem A, B, and C. How are these problems similar? How are they different? Look at them carefully. Try to decide what do they have in common and what makes them different. Write it down right here. How are they similar? How are they different? So, what did you say? Well, both, or all 3 add whole numbers plus fractional units, right? All right, then how are they? All right, so both or all 3 add whole numbers, right? Plus fractional units, they all have fractional units. Problem A has like units, and B and C have similar fractions as well. So just being able to look at the problems and pick out how are they similar, how are they different, that could end up being on the SBAC as well. Being able to decipher and reflect and like synthesize what is going on. What are you being asked to pull apart or put together? So let's go ahead and look at this problem right here. 2 1/5 plus 1 1/2. So what does that look like as a fraction? So 2 1/5 plus 1 1/2. Now, you can only use this strategy when you're adding, but watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull my whole numbers out, and I'm going to say 2 plus 1 plus 1/5 plus 1/2. I can do that with addition. I cannot do that with subtraction. All right, so I'm going to end up with 3 plus. All right, so 2 plus 1 is 3. So you have 3 wholes. And now we're going to work with the fractions. So you can scoreboard if you need to, but if you don't, 5 times 1, 5 times 2. Here's 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 3, 2 times 4, 2 times 5, right? So multiply by 2, multiply by 5, and you end up with 2 tenths plus 5 tenths. So you end up with 3. Now you have like units in your fraction. So another way of writing that could be 3 plus 2 plus 5 over 10, which is going to give us 3 7/10. All right. Let's go to problem 2. Now, let's try that same thing. Let's pull out our whole numbers and then group with parentheses our 2 fractional units. So 2 plus 1 plus 4/5 plus 1/2. So remember, again, you can only do this with addition. You cannot do this with subtraction. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Now I have 4/5 plus 1/2. So again, here, if you need a scoreboard, you can scoreboard. Hopefully by now you're starting to get the hang of your common denominators and what equals what? 3 plus 8 tenths plus 5 over 10. Another way to write it could be 3 plus 8 plus 5 over 10, which is going to give you 3 and 13 tenths. But if I pull out 10 over 10 plus 3 tenths, that's going to give me, this is going to add up to 4 and 3 tenths. All right, so 3 and 13 tenths, 3 and 10 over 10 plus 3 tenths, so 4 and 3 tenths. All right, let's move on to problem 3. So I'm going to challenge you to see if you can do 2 2/3 plus 5 2/5. And then I want to see, then come back and check your answer. So try it right now independently and then come back to check. All right, so I pulled out my whole numbers and I grouped my 2/3 plus 2/5 and ended up with 2 plus 5 is 7 plus 10 15ths and 6 15ths. Here is the scoreboard in case you need it. 7 and 16 15ths. And knowing that, I'm going to pull out, because it's improper, I'm going to pull out a whole number out of there. So 15 out of 15 plus 1 15ths. You're going to group the 7 plus the 5, 15 over 15, and you're left with 1 15. So you have 8 and 1 15. How did you do? All right. Let's move on to problem 4. Let's try the same thing. You try it. So we did it together. I did it. We did it. Now you do it, right? I do, we do, you do. So let's try problem 4 and come back and check your work to see how you do. All right, so did you pull out your whole numbers, group your fractional units together? Then you can scoreboard here if you need to find your common denominator. 9 plus, and then I multiplied this side by 3, this side by 7 to create 21 as the common denominator. So 9 plus 5 21st plus 14 21st. Put those together, you get 9 and 29 21st. I can see that's an improper fraction, so I know that 9 plus, and I'm going to pull 21 out of 21 out, plus 8 21st. I'm going to group 9 plus 1 together and get 10 and 8 21st. So hopefully you are doing well and you're getting the hang of this. All right, let's try it again with problem 5. Check. Let's attempt it and then come back and check your work. All right, so let's go ahead and check this work. Now I pulled out my whole numbers. 3 plus 4 plus 1/2 plus 7/8. So 7 plus 4/8 plus 7/8 becomes 7 plus 11/8. And I can't leave an improper fraction, so 7 plus, I pull out 8 over 8 plus 3/8 is 8 and 3/8. All right. Well done. Last problem for concept development. The numbers just got a little trickier. Now, you could try it a traditional way. So method 1 would be just stacking the problems like this and adding them up. Method 2 could be pulling out our whole numbers and adding it this way. So I want you to go ahead and I want you to try just simply doing the exact same thing. So before you do anything here with the whole numbers, go ahead and figure out your common denominator, then add your whole numbers, see what you get, and then try it this way. Come back to check your work. Okay, so let's debrief on this last problem here. And I stacked it. And at first I tried 4 and I went, wait, what am I doing? So 30 definitely has to be 30. I came down 22, 52 over 30. I pulled out 30 out of 30. 22, 30 over 30 plus 22 over 30 gives me 23 22/30ths. Over here, I used just a different method. I added my whole numbers first, created my common denominator, added it up, and finished off in the same way. So our big idea for problem set today is exactly the same thing. And you have 3 word problems. And you're going to be using the same, you're going to be adding fractions, right? Because that is our big idea. That is our objective for today. All right, good luck. I'm sure you will do very well.